Okay, welcome, welcome. All right, I'm going to check that I've got all this set up, put on my oil of the evening. I have got an incredible blend going on this week, which it's so complex that I don't even remember what's in it. But welcome everyone to our Nature Solutions class. I'm going to dive right in because I think with an online class, we don't get the chance to kind of sit around and say how you're going and how's your day been and pass around the oils. So I'm going to dive straight in, and I am going to take you through this beautiful, simple format of the doTERRA Nature Solutions class. It's my absolute favorite way to teach about the oils. And then also when this is finished, I will pop up this little downloadable PDF for you so that you can go back to it and you can look through it and just remember all the good stuff that we went through. As we are going through this, I would definitely recommend that you guys grab a pen, grab a piece of paper, because I'm going to ask you a few things as we go and just get you noting down a few things, because what I really want you to do, and the intention of this class, is not just for you to think, yes, essential oils are really, pretty smelling things, but I want you to reflect back on what it's going to support you with in terms of your physical support and your emotional support, and be just taking notes as I go through with anything that's coming up, like, okay, Alice is saying this, I'm going to note this down so I can ask that question later, or this oil might be relevant for me because of this. So to start with, let me backtrack just a little bit. I welcome everyone, and I'm Alice Abba. I am the founder of The Happy Collective, and I am a Blue Diamond Wellness Advocate with doTERRA, and I have been teaching and traveling this beautiful message of nature solutions and essential oils now for almost 4 years. So it is my honor, and it is my total joy to be continuing to share this. And this is I don't even know how many times I've taught this class, so I'm excited to share with you some really great information on how you can start to feel really empowered in your home and in your life with the essential oils. So to start off with, the top bit here is really about choices, but for me it's about the fact that you are empowered. So you are empowered with the choice of having the access, and I think that I feel so grateful that we have the access to medicine and to hospitals and to the modern approach of the medical world when we need it. But we also know that the medical world is based on symptoms, and you look at trying to prevent the symptom as opposed to the holistic approach, which is really looking at how can we get to the root cause of what's actually going on here. So a really good example of that is if someone has a headache. So the modern approach might be to have some Panadol, which solves the symptom of the sore head often, right? But the holistic approach is actually saying, well, is the reason that you have the headache because you're tired, because you have some tension in your neck, or is it because you need some water and you're actually dehydrated? And then looking at how you can solve for what's actually going on at the root cause there so that you don't get the headache in the first place. So that's really what doTERRA is about. They're about creating nature's solutions to getting to the root cause of what's going on for you, and using the oils to support your body in that process as well. So secondly, I'm actually going to make this a bit bigger for you because it's a little bit small. That's a bit better. Here we go. All right. Oh, okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, so this next bit here is just about the effectiveness of essential oils. So usually if we're sitting down at a class, I would ask you if you've used essential oils before, and sometimes there's people that say yes, and they've used maybe a brand that they've had from the shop before, and then there's some people who've never used essential oils before, and so there's a wide range of knowledge. So I'm going to go over some basics here for you guys. So if you don't know what essential oils are, essential oils come from a wide variety of nature. So bark, trees, leaves, plants, flowers, stems, grass. They can come from a myriad of different places within nature. And so why they are so effective, that is my 3.5-year-old crying because she probably wants me to put her to bed. but why they are so effective is that when you think about what they do for the plant, so for an essential oil is the compound within the plant that keeps the plant healthy. It stops it from getting viruses and it keeps that plant alive. And so what that essential oil within the plant does for the plant, I don't know what this is. This is me being nature. But what that essential oil does for the plant, it then also is extracted and it does for us. So that is the potency of one single drop of oil. Another really interesting thing that I love to touch on, and this looks at this little diagram here, which talks about how essential oils can actually pass through the cell membrane in your body. So what we know about cells within our bodies is that when they are compromised, and what I mean by compromised is that there might be poor nutrition, or it might just not be might not be something that you can consciously work with, like poor nutrition. It might be an illness that comes up, or it might be something within the body that is compromising that cell to be unhealthy. The cell cannot, with the makeup of the cell cannot actively help itself repair by getting the nutrients into itself that it needs. So it can become this like cycle effect of the cell isn't working properly, but it also can't get the nutrients in that it needs, and so therefore it breaks down even further. The interesting thing about essential oils is that they can pass freely through the cell membrane because how they operate is independently to how everything else operates when it moves into the cell. So essential oils, they move into cells independently, which means in layman's terms that the essential oils can have access to the cell to help it repair itself when it cannot repair itself from the nutrients that it's needing. So that is why it's so important that we know how essential oils work at that cellular level. So the next one is just looking at the potency. So I love this graphic. It's so simple. It's so easy to understand and digest. That one drop of peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea. So that's the potency. So when we look at a single drop of essential oils, and next we're going to talk about why doTERRA specifically and the quality matter, why the quality matters. But when you look at one single drop of oil, sometimes that can be looked at as something that's too simple to really make an impact. However, when you look at the potency and the effectiveness of certified pure therapeutic grade oils, one single drop can actually have a huge impact within your body, and it doesn't really take much. Less is actually more with these oils. So we're going to move over to this little rectangle square over here, and we're going to talk a little bit about quality. And so I said just before that some of you guys watching might have purchased essential oils before from maybe another brand, maybe from a supermarket, maybe from a natural health food store. And there's kind of very varying different experiences that you can have, or different levels of quality within that. So it's really easy if you go into a $2 store, for example, and you walk in there and there's the rack of essential oils and it says lavender for $2 or frankincense for $5. It's very easy in that sense to walk into a $2 cheap shop and understand that that oil is not going to be 100% pure therapeutic oil, and it's probably going to have synthetics, fillers. It's definitely not going to be paying the farmers a fair wage to harvest that oil because of the price. It's too cheap. You just can't harvest the quality of oils that you want to be using on your body and your family's bodies for that price. But then the other thing that's a little bit more tricky to understand is if you walk into a natural health food store and it's a beautiful, like a Whole Foods in the USA or something in Australia, like one of the beautiful natural health food stores or grocery stores that look premium and quality, and it says maybe organic on the bottle or it says pure on the bottle, it is harder to differentiate what the difference is then between doTERRA and these ones. So one thing that is really important to understand, in Australia specifically, you only have to include 50% of the ingredients to label it organic. So an essential oil could have 50% of the ingredients be organic and be able to list that product as organic. So I think it's very important to stipulate that so that you know when you're buying organic, you're not always buying organic. Sometimes the label is misleading, as we know. And then when you look at pure oils, the same thing. There is no governing body that is looking over essential oils saying that pure has to mean 100% pure. So they can write that on the bottle, but there's no one governing that claim. So when we look at doTERRA and what they've created a new standard in essential oils called Certified Pure Therapeutic Grade. And they take these oils through a third-party testing process that actually tells you that there's nothing in the bottle, but what they are saying is what is in the bottle. So the important things to note are two things here. One of them is that it's third-party tested. So it's not doTERRA testing it. It's a third party independently verifying those test results, saying what the bottle says on it is correct. And then secondly, the other really important thing to note is that doTERRA do not accept anything less than 100% quality. So if a farmer comes to doTERRA to harvest a product, if it's at 98%, if it's 99%, if it's got anything synthetic in it at all, doTERRA will say, thank you, but no thank you. This is not the purest essential oil. One of my favorite resources for this, and I'm actually considering this is an online class. One of the beautiful things about this is that I can actually show you some resources. So source2you.com is such a brilliant website, and it is a great, I'm going to take you through it in a second. My Wi-Fi has been playing up tonight, so this may or may not work because it's been really slow. Do you know what? I'm not going to test it because I feel like if I do that and it stops, this could just mess up my whole class. So I'm going to talk you through it instead. So the website was called source2you.com. So source is in sourcetoyou.com. Source2you.com. So on that website, you can actually go in there and have a look at the ways that doTERRA independently test the oils. You can have a look at co-impact sourcing, which I'm going to touch on in just a minute because it's one of my favorite things about doTERRA. And it also gives you the ability to go in to the test reports, and on the bottom of every bottle of oil bottled after, I want to say all the oils bottled after September 2017, I think, it will have a little batch number on the bottom, and you can actually go into the reports on source2you.com. You can type in your batch number and it will pull up an actual chemistry report of what is exactly in that bottle of oil. So what I want you to think about when you think doTERRA is transparency, integrity, and quality. And there's no one that's doing these three things better than doTERRA in the essential oil and the natural health space. So the last thing I want to touch on when I talk about quality is also the quality of the oil in terms of where it's sourced. So you might have grown up in a space where maybe your nana or your parents had lavender growing in the backyard. And, you know, it smells beautiful. It brings back really beautiful memories. However, in terms of the chemical constituents of that oil, it's not meant to be grown in the backyard of an Australian household if you're in Australia like me. So it's actually meant to be grown in either France or Bulgaria. So those are the two places in the world that lavender actually thrives and where it's meant to be grown, and therefore thrives the most and therefore gives the most therapeutic oil to use on your family and yourself. So doTERRA only sources oils from where they natively thrive. And in that process, there's some beautiful things that happen with that. First of all, you get the best quality essential oil available. And second of all, they actually go into communities that need support and need, you know, fair wages and income and housing and education for women. And they look for opportunities of what is actually thriving here, and how can we not only source the most therapeutic grade essential oil that we can, but we can also go in there and really support these communities as well. So one example of that is wintergreen, which is sourced in Nepal. So wintergreen thrives in Nepal, and it's actually one of the key ingredients in one of the oils I'm going to speak about tonight. But in Nepal, they were able to go in there and source this stunning wintergreen oil, and in the process go in there and completely transform the communities that are surrounding these wintergreen plants and pay extremely fair wages and support the women to work and to support the girls to get education. And they also have an incredible partnership with a partnership organization called Days for Girls, which goes into countries like Nepal and actually educates women on their menstrual cycles and how it's beautiful, and it's a part of their life, and it's a part of being a woman, and how to actually be really healthy and take care of their bodies through their monthly cycle as well. So there's just so much that goes into these bottles of oil that's beyond just walking into a natural health food store and just picking something off the shelf. So there's all this stuff that you don't get when you go into the store. So you don't get the education, you don't get the support, you don't get the community, but you also don't get what's behind actually what goes into these bottles, which is complex, and it's incredible, and it's beyond what you think when you're just going in to buy a bottle of lemon from doTERRA or from someone you know. So 3 ways to use essential oils. All right, we're going to pick up the pace a bit here. I got a bit stuck on co-impact sourcing, but 3 ways to use essential oils. So the first one, and this is the most accessible one, and how most people start with essential oils because it's what we find easy. So aromatically is how we inhale the essential oils. So again, if I was in a class with you right now, I would be picking up these oils and taking off the top of them and dropping a drop in each of your hands so that you could actually experience this. But one of the easiest ways to use oils aromatically is having a diffuser. And so I highly recommend a diffuser being something that's in your house, at least one. We have 3 going at the moment, and they're all around our house. And the second way that you can use the oils aromatically is as simple as this. So you can drop, I've got peppermint oil here, which is one of my favorite essential oils with doTERRA. So 1 drop of peppermint. Rub your hands together. And you cup your hands over your nose and you inhale deeply. That peppermint oil is going to hit your limbic system in your brain and wake you up. So if you're someone that usually needs a 3 p.m. pick-me-up, 3 p.m. coffee, that's going to perk you right up. So it's one of the easiest ways to use essential oils aromatically. The second one is topically. So when I talked about wintergreen before, wintergreen is the key oil that creates the cooling sensation in ice blue, which is this oil here. I'm going to see if I can hold it up. So ice blue, and again, I wish I could pass some oils around to you guys now because it's just not the same. But if you're dropping a drop in your hand of ice blue, it's literally tinged blue. Then you can go ahead and you can just rub it on your neck, or if you've got any, this is a great one for tension and stress in the body. And so stress can mean bad stress. It could also mean good stress, like you've been to the gym and your muscles are stressed in a positive way, but also they just need a little bit of loving. So put a drop in your hand and rub that over your muscles, and it's kind of like a natural deep heat without all the chemicals and all the yuck stuff in it. So the wintergreen is the natural component in there that's giving that cooling sensation that you find in deep heat as well. And then lastly, you can also use doTERRA essential oils as a food additive and internally. So you don't want to use essential oils internally unless they have this CPTG testing on them, because I don't know about you, but I don't want to be ingesting anything. I'm really mindful about what I eat. I don't want to be ingesting anything that has synthetics or is just unknown what's in there as well. So with doTERRA, you know what's in the bottle, which is really important to me. So 1 drop of lemon in your drink every day or in your tea is an incredibly easy, simple way that you can get the effects of cleansing your body through doTERRA. So I probably drink about 3 liters of water per day, and every time I fill up my big water bottle, I put 1 to 2 drops of lemon in there, and that supports my body in cleansing and just moving everything through as it should. It's also great for neutralizing odors. So it's not just for eating things, but it's also fabulous if you have babies at home and you have dirty nappies, if you have a stinky bin, if you have smelly shoes, it neutralizes odors. It's actually very good at getting sticky things off that nothing else gets off too. So if you're, a few examples, if you've got like a roller bottle or something that you need to get a label off and you have that sticky residue, a drop of lemon and you're good to go. Also, if your kids go to town with drawing on a surface in permanent marker, it generally will not get off your counter, like will not budge. But a couple of drops of lemon oil and it will just rub off. It'll be off in no time. So this little guy, it's a bit of a powerhouse. You know, it's basically the most simple and effective, I think, of doTERRA's oils. And it's an underdog because it can do so much as well. On an emotional level too, a lot of people use lemon oil and citrus oils to support their emotions and to lift their mood naturally. So this is one that you can use aromatically as well. Well, you can use them all aromatically. It will say on the label which ones of doTERRA oils you cannot take internally, and there's just a few. There's Ice Blue, there's Easy Air, and there's Wintergreen as a single oil, and they'll say on the label if they're not meant for internal usage. Okay, so I'm going to take you through this bit here. So this is kind of like what we like to call the doTERRA medicine cabinet. I know that we don't really have medicine cabinets, or most people don't in Australia, but I think you guys will know what I mean. So we all have the space in the cupboard in the bathroom that has our essentials, or maybe growing up we always had our medicine kit or our first aid kit in the laundry and the bathroom. So wherever you keep your things to keep yourself healthy and to be proactive in your health, and sometimes even reactive, like your Band-Aids and your things if you get bites and stings and headaches, then this is your doTERRA equivalent of it. So one of the things that I loved to do when I got the oils was just start to transfer out things that were no longer feeling right for me in my life anymore. And I know definitely becoming a mum, I became a lot more aware of what I was using on my skin. I became a lot more aware of what I was eating, what I was putting on my body, and starting to really transfer out some of the things in my laundry, in my kitchen, in my bathroom that could be replaced with the essential oils, because I knew that they were going to be safe, effective, and cost effective as well, because like I said in the beginning, just one single drop goes a really long way with effectiveness as well. So these are kind of your proactive essentials. These are your lifestyle essentials. So you've got your diffuser here, which I highly recommend everyone has a diffuser, and just a few of the daily things between here and here that I use every single day. So the natural On Guard toothpaste, which has got On Guard oil in it, which is immune boosting. So brushing your teeth, getting a little immune boost at the same time. And the doTERRA hand wash and the shampoo and conditioner essentials in just transferring out products that are natural and beautiful for your body as well. And the doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Supplements, which I'll take you guys through just briefly in just a second as well. So I just want to flick to this page here and give you guys just a quick minute, even though we're chatting online here, but I want to give you guys a quick minute to write down some of your wellness goals, because as we go through these oils, I want you to be thinking about these three things on both sides. So 3 things. What do you want to feel less of? And what do you want to feel more of? And I will just give you guys a minute to write that down. Maybe not even a minute. Maybe a half a minute. Okay, I think you're ready. All right, let me zoom in just here again so you guys can see that. Okay. So I'm just going to go through some really simple ways to use these oils daily. So we've already been through Ice Blue, we've already been through lemon, we've already been through peppermint, And one of the things I didn't mention for peppermint too is it's actually one of the simplest ways that you can support if you've got head tension, neck tension, or you just want to feel uplifted, with just a little bit of oil on your fingertips and just rubbing here, rubbing along here as well. But going into doTERRA Easy Air, just here, which is a proprietary blend that doTERRA makes. I feel like, yeah, I've got it here. So Easy Air is a go-to for anything respiratory related. So it's called the Clear Blend Easy Air, so respiratory related. So if your little ones, or even you guys as big ones, suffer from any respiratory issues, this is incredible, and you'll want a diffuser to be able to use this effectively, especially overnight. We can't always talk as openly in online classes as we can in person, because doTERRA is going through some really important approval with the Therapeutic Goods Association at the moment, which is great and it's needed, and they will allow us to speak a bit more freely when those things are approved, those claims. But in the meantime, just know that if you're suffering from anything respiratory related, then this is going to support you to breathe really, really well. So a couple of drops in a diffuser overnight with some lavender, I find is really has been supportive of my little girls if they've got any respiratory issues. And if you feel any tightness in your chest from breathing and respiratory issues, again, pop a drop of this with doTERRA fractionated coconut oil, which is it's basically liquid coconut oil, and just up and down on your chest and your throat, and it'll support you in breathing easier. And then next one is past tense. So this is a tension blend. Again, it's a proprietary blend with doTERRA. This one is incredible for, I mean, the name says it all, doesn't it? It's a tension blend. So if you feel like you ever have that tension behind your eyes, or the tension, like the really severe tension through your neck and through your head, some swipes of this is going to really help you to soothe that. It's got coriander in it. It's got peppermint in it, and so it's got the tingly coolness to it, but it's also going to get straight into your muscles as well. It's also quite invigorating, so it gives you a little boost there as well. Okay, so the next one is Digestin, which is the digestive blend. I keep looking around because I went to teach some essential oil classes last week, and I have my oils everywhere. So usually I have them kind of all lined up in one place. And while I'm talking about the essential oils, I like to kind of have them in front of me so that I can be feeling them and explaining them to you as best I can. But I think that my little girl Mackie actually had an upset tummy the other night. She had some wind, and she was in a lot of discomfort with her digestive system. And so it's up next to her bed at the moment, because I put a drop of that in my hand. I put about a teaspoon of fractionated coconut oil in my hand as well, and I just massaged her lower belly, just massaged that around there, and that just helped her to release that that wind that was trapped in there, and to get her digestion system to settle down again. So that is a perfect example of what this is great for. If you are someone, if you have digestive upset from eating different foods, or if you're just naturally someone who just gets really bloated, this is amazing at clearing everything out. And even Mackenzie, my 3.5-year-old, when she was 3 months old, she had, it wasn't anything that was diagnosed, but she was just a really gassy baby, and she would get really, really upset because she'd get wind stuck in her tummy, which now, again, as of just a couple of nights ago, she still kind of gets that occasionally. And so this really helps to just move that wind through, and really supports her to feel a lot more comfortable. Some people like Digestin in water as well, and they help that it actually helps them to digest everything and keeps the system and the bowel moving. It is a very acquired taste. It's got an anisey kind of licoricey taste to it, so it's up to you about whether you want to do that, or whether you just want to wipe it over your belly and keep it on topically as well. Okay, next one up is tea tree. I think I love, oh no, I've got it here. Okay, tea tree. I was going to say, I love that I have the oils all over my house and I can't reach for all of them, because it means that I'm actually saying to you guys, this is actually how we use them. You know, these oils aren't sitting up as a display in our home and unused. We literally, where we might have reached for different things a couple of years ago, we now just literally reach for the oils for almost everything that we do during our day. So tea tree is a known to be a cleansing oil. So in multiple different ways. So I've used it before on a infected toenail. So it's antibacterial. It's got very, very potent antibacterial properties. You can also use a drop in your shampoo to support if you've got if you've got dandruff or dry flakes. It just helps to clear that up. And it's also really great if you've got anything like, this goes hand in hand with lavender in this sense, but if you get bites and stings and cuts and scrapes, and if you've got young kids or if you're an active person, you're probably going to be getting these. This will help keep things nice and clean, like the cuts clean. It'll help them clear out, and it'll help that healing process as well. Oh, one thing I was going to say as well, this is my favorite ear health oil. So surprisingly, my little girl Queenie actually had a lot of recurring ear issues when she was younger, before we started using and buying essential oils with doTERRA. And once I bought my first starter kit with doTERRA, I started to use tea tree on a cotton earbud. So I would put tea tree on it, just a drop on either side, and dilute it with some coconut oil again. And I would just gently clean out her ear. So around her ear, just a little bit inside her ear, and every week or so we would do that. And from that moment on, she hasn't had any ear infections ever again. And so I'm sure that there's a part of that that's cleaning the ear and keeping it clean. But tea tree is very renowned, again, like I said, for that antibacterial properties. And so it's not surprising that that just supported her to have that clean ear health from that point onwards as well. Okay, moving kind of seamlessly into Lady Lavender. All right, here she is. I have multiple lavenders around our house. And the reason is because she, as an oil, lavender, it is so multifaceted. It is a little bit of a Swiss Army knife of essential oil. So it contains linalool, which is the component in lavender that actually provides the really soothing aroma. So when you think about lavender, you want to think soothing and calming. So this is why lavender is really known for helping people in deepening their sleep, in helping them to sleep better through the night. And a few ways that you can do that is that you can do a little self-foot rub before bed with some coconut oil and some lavender. You can make up a pillow spray with lavender and some water, and spray that on your pillow before bed, and just to set up some rituals around that. And again, the linalool that's in that is going to help you to have that soothing effect before bedtime. It's also really soothing and calming, not just for sleep and emotions, but also for your body. So when you think about skin, you can also think lavender is soothing and calming for your skin. So if you get a bee sting, for example, or an insect bite, it's going to be soothing and calming for that. If you have and I have had plenty of these in my time, but if you have that really like outrageous red angry pimple on your face, it's just inflamed, again, lavender for soothing and calming. It's going to act to soothe and calm that redness and that and just take that inflamed nature out of that as well. So lavender, I could probably write a book on all the things that we use lavender for in this house, and I actually have written a blog on the top 10 essential oils and their uses. So I'll share that with you guys after this recording as well, because that's really handy to go through so many more ways that you can use these oils. Okay, fractionated coconut oil. I have some in my office at the moment, actually. So this is this guy here. So this is doTERRA's coconut oil, which does not ever set, which is really important in terms of putting it on topically. It's a lot easier to do that with a coconut oil that is made for cooking that's actually hard and that's set. So this is another product of doTERRA's that is sourced ethically, and you know when you're getting coconut oil, that's what you're getting in the bottle as well. So This is the oil of choice that I use for diluting the oils. And I love that with doTERRA oils, because as we've been saying, you need less of them. You just do 1 drop of the essential oil and a little bit of the coconut oil as a carrier, and it actually works to create a bigger surface area, the coconut oil that is. So using some coconut oil creates a bigger surface area for that oil to help penetrate your skin, which means it's doing the best job it can, but you don't need to use a lot of essential oils in the process as well. And it also, it doesn't have any perfume in it, this coconut oil. So it helps to hydrate your skin naturally without any added perfumes or fragrances added as well. Okay, all right, Aroma Touch. So Aroma Touch is a beautiful massage blend that you can use to massage yourself or other people. There's 2 key oils in this that are really important in this blend. One of them is cypress and the other one is grapefruit. So these 2 oils are well known for supporting your body in circulation. So when I went on, where did I go? In September, I went over to the doTERRA conference, which is an annual essential oil, like sciencey education knowledge conference in Salt Lake City. Yes, we sit there and we learn about essential oils and science for 3 days, and it's awesome. But I took Aroma Touch with me on the plane because it's known for supporting that circulation. I knew that when we're in planes, we often hold fluid and we have that water retention, and our bodies just kind of bloat up a bit. So I use that on my legs to actually help the circulation and to keep everything flowing. And that along with a lot of water, and I felt amazing when I got off the plane, and I didn't have any of that fluid retention that I usually get as well. So next up, I'm actually going to jump over and go to lemon just really briefly. I know we talked about it already before, so I won't really touch on it too much, but this is one, again, that's going to support you physically in cleansing your body in terms of using it in your water. And then on the emotional side of things, lemon's known for uplifting and supporting your mood in uplifting as well. So there's been some really, really beautiful conversations in my essential oil community about how women have been to essential oil classes and they've passed lemon around the circle, and they've almost just like, it's gotten to them and they just want to sit there and they want to keep smelling it because they just feel so light and they feel so uplifted in just a simple bottle of lemon. So what a beautiful way to help someone connect in with how they're wanting to feel as well. Smart and Sassy is probably the worst named oil in doTERRA. It's called Slim and Sassy in the US, and it's known as a metabolic blend. Smart and Sassy in Australia, they made it that name. I'm not sure why, but it's still the metabolic blend. It's still got grapefruit and cinnamon, and it supports with cravings and that want for, some chocolate in the afternoon. And also it's got some peppermint in that blend as well. So it's really great if you want to pop a drop in your water and keep the cravings and the hunger at bay, but also you want to feel energized as well. And then lastly, where is my frankincense? I know it's in here somewhere because I just saw it. Frankie! All right, guys. Frankie is the king of oils. It's the absolute king of oils, and it is such a gift of nature. So when we look at frankincense, Frankie boy up here, let me go up to the top here because I want to touch back on this bit here. So frankincense, so we talked about how with the essential oils, they have the ability to independently move and pass in and out of the cell. And therefore, when the cell is compromised and the cell's not healthy, and it can't get the nutrients in it that it would usually get if it was a healthy cell, the essential oils can pass through the cell membrane by themselves. And so they can get into the cell membrane to support that cell function getting healthier. Frankincense actually contains monoterpenes. And so monoterpenes are actually known for cell protection and support throughout the whole body. So this guy on a cellular support level is one that everyone wants to be using every single day in some capacity, whether it is rubbing on the soles of your feet, and that's a really great way to use for kids, or internally. So you could use that a drop underneath your tongue to support daily cellular function and to support that healthy cell function. Or you can use it in doTERRA supplements, actually have frankincense within them, the lifelong vitality, or you can put the frankincense directly into an empty capsule and just take that internally as well. But the one thing you want to remember about frankincense is that it is for everybody. So there's no one that couldn't use daily frankincense in terms of that healthy cell function and making sure everything's just running smoothly. So, and here, let me touch on this really briefly too. And the reason why I like to talk about the Lifelong Vitality Pack with doTERRA is it's because I use it every single day, twice a day. So I want to be telling you guys about the things that I actually use and that are making a difference in my health and my sleep and my energy and my vitality. And I also want to let you know that it's got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you do not experience better sleep and feeling great and the energy that doTERRA Lifelong Vitality Pack suggests that you will have within 30 days of taking it, you can get your money back. So there's literally no reason why you can't try it, and yet it's something that we take in this household. My husband takes it and I do as well. So there's 3 different parts of this Lifelong Vitality Pack. The first one is the Microplex VMZ. So that provides 22 essential vitamins and minerals for the maintenance of good health. It's a source of antioxidants, and so that helps to fight and reduce cell damage. Again, think about what the essential oils can do in terms of being able to enter the cell and support that repair of unhealthy cells. And that it supports in digestion and a healthy immune function as well. The Alpha CRS, which is the middle one here, it's a digestive enzyme. It supports liver function and it provides antioxidant to protect the cells against damage. And then the final one is E-Omega, and you want to think of this one as a 1-part fatty omega fatties, like fatty acids that you need in your body. And the other part, you want to think about it as the crucial daily essential oils that you need in your body, such as frankincense. So that supports your cardiovascular and cognitive health, and then it supports the absorption of calcium, which helps your maintenance and support of brain and bone health as well. And then I want to take you guys through, that wraps up our class component, and I really want to take you guys through, we talked about why the essential oils, why doTERRA, why you would use them and how to use them. So I now want to tell you guys about how you actually can get the oils, which I think is a very important thing to do as well. So let's talk about the kits. So there's a whole bunch of kits here. There's the oil sharing kit. There's different kits for every budget. I want to take you straight to 2 of my favorite kits. So one of them up here is called the Home Essentials kit, this one here. And this one has the top 10 essential oils that we've spoken about tonight, plus the diffuser. And buying the Home Essentials kit versus buying these oils individually is going to save you $130. So all of the oils that we talked about tonight, plus some extras that are not in this kit, the 10 oils that I'm mostly focused on are the ones in the Home Essentials kit. And the second kit is the Nature Solutions kit down here. So this has got the top 10 oils that we spoke about tonight. It's got all of the extra oils that we talked about, like the Aroma Touch, and the lavender piece, and the, what else has it got that I talked about? Purify and Smart and Sassy. And it's got some other daily essentials. So we talked about how to actually revolutionize that medicine cabinet, and this is the best place to start for that lifestyle change. So starting with the Nature Solutions kit, you save $221, and you also get 100 free product points back, which is the bonus of starting with a kit like the Nature Solutions kit. So those are my top 2 favorite kits, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how to order them as well. So if we go down here, you can choose to order them two ways. So you can choose to order them with the kit, and then that's all. Or you could choose to order them and then place a second order the following month on the monthly ordering program with doTERRA. doTERRA's monthly ordering program is incredibly generous. You get this incremental points back every single month. You get free points every month that you order, which you then can use to redeem free product. And you get more money off your oils for every year that you're actually a part of this program as well. So this is a really beautiful way that you can start to create some of those lifestyle habits and bring some new products into your home every single month to just slowly transfer in the highest quality products and natural products. Or you can start with just the kit, so whatever suits you. So I'm going to flick down to this wholesale order form here and straight down to the wholesale customer agreement form. So you can do two things. You can either fill this out electronically and send it to me or the person who sent you here to enroll, or you can connect with myself if I invited you to this class, or you can connect in with a person who introduced you into this class to watch this class to enroll as well. And they will support you in getting started. So it just here you choose which kit you'd like. You choose if there's any other products that you saw that you want to add to your first order. And again, you can see what all of the doTERRA products are back here in the wholesale price list. And then you fill out your name, your billing address. You would put your enrolling sponsor, just means the person who introduced you to this class. And then you put your shipping address, city, state, postcode, your contact number, your email address, and your date of birth there. And then down the bottom here, it just gets you to sign down here that you're signing to purchase your first kit of essential oils, and pop your credit card information down here. Again, if you feel better not filling this out but connecting straight away with the person who actually sent you to this class, then do that. And they can help you to actually guide you through how to enroll, and they can just do it for you if that's easier as well. But I'm so happy we got to hang out tonight. Thank you so much for coming to this class. And I'm really excited for you for what you're actually going to be experiencing as soon as you become a wholesale customer and join and get to experience doTERRA and all these essential oils in your life and your home as well. So thank you so much, and connect back in with the person who introduced you to this class and who brought you to this class tonight so that they can support you in the next step as well. Okay, thanks guys. See you later. Bye.